The world of offshore powerboats, one of the most unique forms of motorsport. Crews of up to 4 individuals ride herd on over 4,000 horses, generated by as many as 4 power plants, screaming through the seas at top speeds topping 140 miles per hour. Our look at professional offshore powerboat racing focuses on the waters of the Florida Keys, specifically Marathon, Florida. It's here where the Gulf of Mexico meets the Atlantic that many classic racing battles have taken place. And this is also one of the most treacherous areas when it comes to water conditions. Unlike most forms of motorsports where the driver has a consistent track on which to compete, offshore racers must contend with the constantly changing surface of the sea. Here, driver Chris Lavin and his throttleman Don Roberts are in the biggest water on the course when they strike an itinerant wave and are launched skyward in their supercharged Jesse James. The driver and the throttleman must react in tandem to each wave individually in order to get optimum performance from their machine and keep it under control. In this case, too much power coming off a wave put them at the wrong angle for re-entry into the water. Air gets under the boat and she rolls. Cockpit canopies saved both men's lives. In the same waters off the Florida Keys, a year later, Al Kropp and his teammate were boiling up the water in their Baja catamaran, Cat. During the course of the race, both of the tie rods that connect the outdrives and enable the driver to steer the boat had become disconnected. A very serious condition at any speed. They got no clue. Intent, as they were winning the race, neither competitor noticed the problem until it was too late. The Cat team went from over 100 miles per hour to 0 in a bone-crushing impact that capsized their race boat. Imagine finding yourself strapped upside down underwater in the middle of the ocean. Offshore racers train to overcome disorientation and learn to exit the cockpit before they run out of air. In replay, you can see the race boat skips off a roller and the driver is unable to correct his course. The boat then turns broadside into the next wave and is overturned. An air rescue team plucked the crew from the water with relatively minor injuries, thanks once again to a cockpit canopy system. We move now to 1991. The blue-green waters off Marathon Key can appear deceptively serene as the crew of the custom skater catamaran Hyperactive found out the hard way. You can gauge by the distance that our photo chopper traveled after the impact just how fast the boat was going when it nosed into the water. The impact literally tore the boat in half, leaving the crew, Tom Slamecka and Dave Cutler, floating in the water with the debris. In replay, we can see exactly what happened. After the race boat launched into the air, her stern catches the next wave, which forces the bow down hard into a third wave. The impact rips open the deck and the force of the water through the hull tears the boat in half. Bob Kaiser and Errol Lanier, who just moments before had been racing adversaries of the Hyperactive team, leapt from their race boat to help them into the water. Rescue teams then moved in to get the crew to safety, the most serious injury being some fractured rib.